So should we introduce ourselves and then you can introduce you and then the tag team? Yeah, we can! Okay, so my real name's Josie and I wrestle under Dominita.
And I'm Liam Kenny and I wrestle under the name of Kenny Killbaine.
And together we are...
Heavy Conscience.
What got you guys into the industry?
Well, I'll start off because mine's like short and sweet compared to hers. I was a fan growing up, watched it for years, and then just decided to try it, see how I got on it, and I got on really well, and it's like snowballed from there. You go from like being a fan, you do like a few years of training, and then you do your first Rumble, like Royal Rumble match, where that's how you start. Like you start as like either a manager or in Rumble spots, and it kind of like snowballs with experience from there. You get like involved with the crowd, you get used to the crowd and perform in front of the crowd, and then it kind of like based on how you're doing, it goes from there.
So I was a bit more in depth than Kenny really. So I've been in the business for actually 21 years. So when I was 6, my dad bought a wrestling ring, and it was different back then. So we were touring the country with the wrestling ring, and then Dad decided to start his own company. So then we started wrestling for his own company, and then it was more down south, down the West Sussex kind of line, and then it kind of got from there really. So he owned his own company, then we moved up into Birmingham area, and then I stopped for a while. You know, life got in the way, moving house, had to become a bit of an adult, and then I got back into it wrestling wise 4 years ago when I met you. Yeah. And Kenny brought me back into the business, I guess.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Trained you.
Yeah, because my dad passed 6 years ago, so Kenny kind of thought that I needed to get back into it for my dad, and show him that I still enjoy it, and we do it for him now. Yeah.
Could you talk a bit about the your intergender sort of tag team sort of thing that you got going on?
Okay, yeah. Occasionally we get booked as a tag. We go by the name Heavy Conscience, and it's just a fun thing we do. Like we're able to just do stuff we're not usually allowed to do. We can wrestle as a team, which is on every show. Like you don't get intergender tag teams a lot. This is why we don't get booked a lot, because there's not many out there. So say once you've wrestled one intergender tag team, you've wrestled them, like one or two, like that's it. Like so, like when people form teams together or form alliances between a man and a woman to bring us in, we'll do a little bit with them. But do you know what I mean that's?
I think at the minute though, with like general life and Ponter's point of view, because you can wrestle the men as well. I think it's quite a stigma at the minute. Is that acceptable to be able to wrestle a man? And obviously with my size it's more acceptable because people think I'm bigger, and then we do like a thing where the smaller man comes out and then I come out and then I attack the man kind of things. But it's quite nice that we're able to do that together, because we kind of do things where he lifts me, and it's nice to be able to do it together because we're a couple. It's nice to be able to enjoy that experience together. So
we also get booked against each other a lot.
Yeah.
Because I can slam her, I can lift her on my shoulders and slam her and throw her in the air. And not a lot of people. Some people can do that, but they don't want to do that. So she trusts me to do that. So we can do a lot more risky stuff, and they get a lot more a better reaction. Yeah. So we get booked against each other a lot in a tag team.
I just want other like women and men to be able to join a tag team. So there's more out there, isn't it? I think we're trying to break that stigma. I think WWE are slowly doing it. So I think it's going to become more acceptable for us to be able to do more intergender stuff now, isn't it? Because at the minute it's me and you against a man and a man, isn't it?
Yeah. That's mainly what it is. Like.
So we're trying to change that.
From your perspective, like, what's it like being a woman in the industry with like back in the day when it was a bit like where it wasn't really looked at as it should be, like it is like starting to now? Yeah,
well, with growing up, I guess I had idols of Klondike Kate and Sweet Soraya, and that's who I watched every week, 4 times a week, and they were my idols really. And it's just a shame that they had to go through an era where it was all about your image. Even though Klondike was like my size, it wasn't because she could wrestle, it was because she looked that big. And Sweet Soraya, she wore the skimpy outfits and she had a gob, and she was booked because of what she looked like. And it's a shame that they had to go through that for us to now be able to, it's getting bigger and better for us women to be able to have these matches, and we are getting these titles, and we are getting like main event shots, and I still think there is that stigma there though. Like we are the toilet break still, and we're really battling to not be that. And I think we have to we have to hit harder, we have to do different moves, we have to think of different matches just to try and put ourselves on the same length as the men. And I'm not all like, oh, we deserve better. You know, it is what it is. And like I keep saying to Kenny, like, compare it to 30 years ago. Even when I was a kid, we've come such a long way. We've just got a little bit further to go.
It's like the women can't get away with it. Like the men can get away with quite a lot.
Yeah.
Whereas like people like brush, like say if we have like something that doesn't look quite right, people brush it under the carpet, like, oh, whatever. But if a woman does it's proper. Everyone makes a big deal out of it, and everyone's like, all the women can't wrestle.
Yeah.
And all that.
If they make a mistake, it's not noticed. If we make a mistake, it's instant. We just want to get away from the comments from the crowd. Like, we're still getting dirty comments and things like that, and I think that's where we need to step away. It's not so much our wrestling ability maybe being better than the men's. It's stepping away from the stigma of the punters looking at us, down at us, just because we're women.
But with the wrestlers in the mainstream media, like in the WWE and other companies that are on TV, they're getting more respect now. So that's just going to follow. Like the casual fans, where it lies with is casual fans. If the casual fans pay attention to how much respect they're getting on TV, they'll all transfer that respect. Because the casual fans watched wrestling like 15 years ago when The Rock was in it, and saw the way the women treated them. They had that same mindset. So it'll come, but it's just eventually it'll come.
Right we'll get there. We're fighting for it. We've got to believe in ourselves, I think, and we're going to get there. I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
What would you say to those sort of fans, and not fans, the sort of non-wrestling fans who sort of you know, oh, go, it's fake, and you know, all that sort of stuff, like.
You've got quite a strong opinion on this, haven't you?
If you like movies, this is my argument. If people that slate wrestling as being fake and false, they're also big. I find they've got other interest in entertainment, like movies. That's a big thing for me, because the movies, it's the same. Like movies, they don't even hit each other in the movies. Like on screen, like it's all stunts, and we're actually there slamming each other, hitting each other, and it's kind of like they've prioritised that because there's better production behind. Not better production, but there's more of it's more popular. So because that popularity lies with the movies, like people like love Fast and Furious, they love it. Like all the movies, everyone raves about it when it comes out, but if you see the way it's shot and the way, if you actually see like behind the scenes the way it's all made, it's completely false. Whereas the wrestling, we're actually slamming each other, we're actually hitting each other, it actually hurts. We wake up the next morning feeling like we've been hit by a car, yet we don't get the same credibility.
I think, in my opinion, if you love it or hate it, you kind of have to respect it. Do you know what I mean? Like, we are doing what you see, like it's not edited, so what you're seeing is what we're doing.
Yeah, putting our bodies on the line.
Yeah, every night, and like it's entertainment, so you've got to think of the atmosphere. Like if the crowd are into it, if you love it or hate it, you're gonna enjoy it. So it's a shame that people think that, but you're going to get that in every business, aren't you, where people aren't going to believe in it. And everyone loved it as a kid, and I think that's where it is in adults' eyes, that it was more of a kid thing. It's not so much something you enjoy as an adult. But
well, growing up, my dad didn't necessarily like wrestling. No. He always had a certain opinion of it, but whenever he comes to a live show and watches me, even the matches I'm not in, he enjoys the show. So it's just proof that if you just come with an open mind and try and enjoy the show, you'll end up enjoying it.
And even if you can't respect us, step in that ring for 1 hour and then you tell me your opinion's the same as it was an hour ago.
Do the warm-up at your first seminar.
It isn't. Guarantee it. Most people think they know it, get in the ring, and they never come back.
Yeah. So what I'd say is just give us a chance.
Yeah.
Cool. Don't come with a certain mindset, certain opinion. Just come and have some fun. We'll have fun as well.
Yeah.